crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadtour.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. All right, so much to talk about. Let's touch on our favorites. Let's talk silver. Lots going on. Silver came back from the crash, and it is insane. What did we say back in November? December is the month for delivery. December is the month for volatility. December is one of those months that we could see the end of 150 years of price manipulation of silver. Price suppression. Silver has not been freely traded in over 150 years since the opium wars in China. I've gone through that quite a few times. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to roadtour.com, do a search for anything you want about silver manipulation. It is all there. There's a search function. Sign up for the emails, free emails on the left side. roadtoruta.com. Time to get up to speed. All right. So we know silver's rigged. It first started rigged. The big rig job was done by Alan Greenspan in the late 60s, early 70s when he wrote the first computer programs to make our monetary system. Not only did he create our monetary system, which he screwed up the last two digits on Y2K, but he also implemented computer rigging trading models so that they, meaning the U.S. government, the Exchange Stabilization Fund, and the bullion banks, could control, out of the presidency, mind you, could control all markets, all prices of market. And that's what's been done. And we see it every day. So until we get free of that, which I think is coming, there will never be a true fair market value known of anything on the exchanges in the modern world. It's all done with computers and derivatives and manipulation. So until a solution is brought forward, something like Veritasium, which seems to be a little too good for the banking cabal, so they destroyed it. It still might come back, but it's a long shot. But they're going to have to figure out something else because this is unsustainable in the new future we're heading in. It was fine for the old future where the banksters and the bad guys excuse me, controlled everything. It was fine for that. That was no problem. We're moving into a different future. This is Earth 2.0 is evolving. And it won't come easy. We are being birthed. So look at your checking account. Look at your savings account. Look at your 401k. Look where you put your money and close your eyes and watch as they disappear. You can do that, or you can take steps to get assets in your own possession. Obviously, I'm very pro-silver. Silver in your own possession is the number one best asset to hold for safety and for long-term appreciation, by far. If you have gold, you're down the list. Maybe second as far as a store of value. Maybe. It doesn't mean it's going to go up the most. It's just going to be stable. I do think gold will double or triple in the coming chaos. But silver will go up 50 to 100 times that. 50 to 100 times that. Silver is the number one asset on planet Earth that has to be controlled to run an unbacked fiat monetary system. And that's breaking down now. So yes, you're going to see silver go from $25 and just stop trading one day. Oh, sorry, the markets are broken. We're having technical difficulties, and it'll never open up again. Or you'll see $10, $20, $30 jumps in silver as it searches for a fair market value when nobody wants to get in the way of a rising rocket ship. You know, it's like nobody wants to catch a falling knife. Nobody wants to get in the way of a rising rocket ship, and that's exactly what's going to happen to silver. The only sellers have been the Exchange Stabilization Fund and the criminal banksters that do their bidding. That's the only seller, along with Virtu Financial running the computer models that Greenspan invented. That's where we are. So hang on tight. That's how the price of silver goes from $25 to $600 in a blink of an eye. It takes 1 ounce, one sale of 1 ounce. When the manipulation ends, look out. Let's see how far off we are. They are now playing with the 50-day moving average, which is down to 24. We are right there right now. and the 200-day moving average, which is currently at about $20.60. So, yeah, that's where we are. It's a game, and they play these games. The only thing you can do is stand on the sidelines. Will silver and cryptos crash if the stock market crashes? They are mutually exclusive. They aren't forced up or down by anything. They might tell you that in the newspapers, but they're all on their own individual computer programs. Click a mouse and the price of silver, gold, cryptos, stock market, bond market goes up or down. So they could orchestrate a crash in the stock market and a crash in silver, gold, and cryptos with a click of a mouse. But they aren't moving because of each other. They are moving because of the computer programs invented by Alan Greenspan in the late 60s, early 1970s, put in place under Arthur Burns, the head of the Federal Reserve System back then, and have been running ever since, controlled by the Exchange Stabilization Fund, who is in control, actually controlled by the President and the Treasury Secretary. Trump can pull the plug on this game, just like Bush could, Obama could, everybody could, every president could. Trump understands it better, does a better job of manipulating. That's why the stock market's been going up. But that's a fantasy number as well. The stock market can go to 100,000 or 100 million or 100 quadrillion. It does not matter. It's a click of a mouse. Once you get your mindset in that, it's easier to get your assets. Just get your assets off. Most likely thing will happen, the banks will shut down, everything freezes. If the banks shut down, your 401k is gone. Sorry, it's just gone. And what kind of bank could foster that kind of meltdown? Any of the too big to fail banks, any of them. And I think that I heard they say there's like 20 of them. All it takes is one. And one derivative mess, which we've seen before. And that's, you move into hypervolatility, for example, if we have election surprises, good night derivative market. And that's when you have counterparty risk failure and the mess. All right. As far as deliveries right now, we still have over 16 million ounces sitting there waiting to be delivered. Nobody seems to be jumping on the delivery, and we are, 4 days in? Current total, 7,595. That's, 38 million ounces or so. A lot have been paid off in cash at losses. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Remember, you can buy futures contract. We'll get at least, 75 plus another 1,000, at least 85, probably 9. But remember, anybody can move into the December contract at any time, buy silver contracts, and deliver that day. Well, it takes a couple days to deliver it, but stand for delivery that day. And if you are looking to take out the banking cabal, hello, Warren Buffett and friends, for one reason or another, if you're looking out to take out the U.S. monetary system, the global unbacked fiat system, all you got to do is go into the COMEX, get a bunch of friends, and buy as much silver as you can and take delivery that day. Will it happen? That's a little too obvious. It's a little too obvious. But then again, this month, it's not only the deliveries, but, oh, by the way, somebody's got to keep shorting. If the banks stop shorting, they're already in the red again. For every dollar silver goes up, they lose $370 million for every dollar that silver goes up on the COMEX. So a $10 move would $3.7 billion hit. Banks can take that. That's really smarts them. So people say, oh, silver will go to $600. I think it should, the fair market value. But at the same time, you would lose everything outside of the physical market. And then you wouldn't even know what silver's worth. Why? Because can any bank take a $300 billion hit? No. There's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of shit. So hang in there. You're doing well. Suffer through the silver gyrations. Definitely get your physical. If you don't have a local dealer, send an email to Andy Shackman at Miles Franklin. Andy, A-N-D-Y, at milesfranklin.com. He's got silver in inventory. I always recommend buying whatever he's got in the inventory. Because even Andy, the number one guy that I trust, if the U.S. Mint doesn't deliver his orders, they don't deliver his orders. And in the mad chaos, that's exactly what happened. So make sure you order what he's got in inventory, send him the money. As soon as he gets the money, he will send you your silver. And he'll get Road to Ruta members the best price. So make sure you tell him you're from roadtoruta.com. All right, so let's talk about cryptos real quick. They're doing well. They're holding up strong. I do not think there's going to be a 90% drop from here. The 90% drop will happen when Bitcoin goes up to 90 or 100,000 next year. That's where I think the 90% drop will come in, because it needs everybody piling in, and the manipulation kind of stands back a little bit. You start hearing really good reports on the news, and then they slam it. So we got a long way to go up, at least 5x for Bitcoin. For the altcoins, you're looking at 10 to 100x. I think one of the big ones, obviously, is going to be Theta. I think Theta is going to go up thousands of x very soon, within the next 5 years, very soon. What is it right now? It's like 60 cents, 64 cents or something like that. It is the future of the internet. It is both a technology and a cryptocurrency. So when the tech investors come in, that's when this thing really kicks into high gear. And oh, by the way, I did a huge report on it on roadtoruta.com. Go to the Theta page. It's the first video. Ruta's Theta T-Fuel valuation analysis. It goes through the next 5 years. When I think certain price hurdles will be hit, and why I'm so bullish that I've got vast majority of my cryptos in Theta. Vast majority. And a lot of people on the road to Ruta that have taken the time to study it and understand it and go through my information have invested as well. Many of them below 20 cents. And where is Theta right now? It's like number 40 or something on the list. And I think it will be in the top 10 this year. This coming year. Into the top 10, which means a huge move in comparison to other cryptos. It's at 42. 64 cents. Long way to go, along with Theta Fuel, by the way. There is word and rumor that the 1,000, the 1,000, they're moving the Guardian node minimum to 1,000 tokens, 1,000 Theta to start a Guardian node this month. They're doing that in December, is what I hear. There's a lot going on in December. Now, when Coinbase adds, I don't know. See, Coinbase at 64 cents, Coinbase can't add Theta. Why? Because the amount of money that goes through Coinbase would blow the price of Theta up 30, 40 times. Ultimately, in a little bit. Why? Just think about it. How many Theta does the Coinbase exchange actually have? The rumor is 10 million Theta, which is not many Theta. I mean, there's only 1 billion Theta, but at the same time, 10 million Theta ain't going to do it. I mean, that's what, $6.4 million. I mean, on Coinbase, you can sneeze $6.4 million. So, yes, for Theta to be added to Coinbase, they're going to need a lot of Theta. They're going to, I think they've gotten a substantial amount from Theta Labs. It's just a matter of when. And then all of a sudden, 330 million people in the United States have access to Theta. Now, if you want access to Theta, now go to the Road to Ruta private road on the Theta page. I walk you through how to buy it, even if you're in the U.S., how to store it, especially how to store it, and then how to stake it. I don't look at price much. I really don't look at price much. The price can be thrown around. It's such a small market cap and low volume. It can be thrown around anywhere. What I do look at is how many tokens are locked up, because those tokens cannot be traded no matter what exchanges say. And we're at 52%. Over 50% of the tokens are locked up. So there is not 1 billion tokens out there trading. There is, at a maximum, 48 million. And those aren't all out there trading either. And obviously everything doesn't trade. No, wait, 480 million out of a billion. There's 1 billion data tokens. All right, but here's what I look at. So I go to the guardianmonitor.io. This is that tracks all the data statistics. It's a great site. I like it a lot. They're associated with the Gpool guys. Gpool is the you don't have to run a Guardian node. You can use the Gpool Guardian node as your node, and the coins stay on your own wallet. You don't give up any control of your coins, and you don't have to run it on your computer. So a lot of these 1,000 Guardian nodes that are coming on, when they change the rules to 1,000 data tokens to run a Guardian node, I would imagine there will be tens of thousands of Guardian nodes guarding the system and being staked. So keep an eye on that. Of course, the amount of data fuel will go down in your mining. I think the price will continue to go up, and that's something I talk about in the video on the private room. But this is what I look at right here. In the Guardian nodes, I keep a close eye on the Gpool totals. This is how many mom and pa investors, most likely, are just piggybacking off of Gpool. And right now it's 65 million. When I started looking at it back in June, it was it was 17 million, and then September it jumped to 42, and now we're at 65. These are long-term hodlers. The higher that number goes, especially with the 1,000 Theta Guardian nodes, when that gets implemented, supposedly in December, that number is going to jump crazily. I hope Gpool is ready for it. I've talked to the guy over at Gpool. I get what he's trying to do. He's doing a great job. They have changed their website. Good on them. They're not allowing like fractions. I didn't agree with the fraction stuff. That gives up your control. But the Gpool, just using their Guardian node summary, keeps the coins on your own wallet, so you don't give up any control. They just run the monitor. All right, the Guardian node. Now, if you want to learn everything you need to know about Theta, go to Road to Ruta Theta page. I've added a new video with a new analysis. I got how to use it with the Trezor. People say, well, Trezor is not or Theta is not on the Trezor list of supported coins. It's not. It's done through the Theta desktop. It's a data desktop Trezor connector, just like Ethereum is not done through the Trezor. And it's really easy to use. I have a video on that as well as how to buy, even if you're in the US, buy, store, and stake Theta. All right. I want to point everybody to Word Wednesday with Paige was just posted. A great one on what is fiat money. Fiat money, Paige and I talk about fiat money. Go check that out and give her a thumbs up. She's doing a great job. Word Wednesday with Paige is out on the Road to Ruta YouTube channel. So check that out. It's also on Instagram, and follow Paige on Instagram. It's on.the.road to Ruta. On.the.road to Ruta. And she gives updates all the time. She's all over that. All right, go check that out. And then finally, yes, we are close to freedom. I had never heard Michael Flynn speak. Michael Flynn's the guy who, before Trump was put in, right when he announced his presidency, or right, he was running for president, Flynn went to Trump and said, "Oh my God, I have inside scoop. They are tapping your phones. There's a coup to overthrow you. Be careful." And that's why they take Michael Flynn down. Michael Flynn is now out, has been pardoned by Trump, and is on the warpath. Listen to how close we are, according to Michael Flynn.
What's happening in this country should never happen, and we are going through. There's no doubt in my mind, we're going through a crucible of history And if we don't correct what it is that's happening right now over the next couple of weeks, then I really hate to even think about what will happen in our country going forward into the latter part of December and certainly into the next month. I do not believe for a second that the country will accept Vice President Biden as the next president based on what we know to be probably the greatest fraud that our country has ever experienced in our history. I mean,
there you go. And it's true. Word is Flynn is working with the Q crowd to take down the bad guys, and Trump's given them a lot of authority to do that. And that of all the people, Michael Flynn deserves not only an apology, all the wealth of the bad guys needs to be taken from the bad guys and given to Michael Flynn and his family. A finder's fee. They took him down so they could destroy the United States of America, and he did not back down, and he still is not backing down. So, yes, keep an eye on Michael Flynn. And he was right. We are down to weeks. A lot of chaos coming. That's why it's so important to have your assets in your own possession. Oh, my God. I hope everybody understands. Anything in a bank will be gone. Get your assets in your own possession, even if you have to just pull out the cash. You don't believe in gold and silver. You don't believe in cryptos. Take your physical cash out of the bank, because that will be gone, and you will be waiting in line for the FDIC to try to figure out where they're going to get money to replenish some of these bank accounts. And they have to go to Congress, and Congress can't agree on anything. So we're in an insane period of time. Don't let the calmness in the markets fool you. Everything is crazy behind the scenes. This is the end of year zero, the last month of year zero that Cliff High talked about. Let's do it right. Oh, by the way, talking to our good friend Jenny Moonstone today, I'll be posting those interviews, all the segments of our interviews. I haven't talked to her in 3 weeks or so, so there's a lot to talk about. And I'll be posting that on the private road for Road to Ruta members. We're going to talk about silver. We're going to talk about, I want to talk about theta. We're going to talk about gold in the Grand Canyon. We're going to talk about, you name it, the takedown Q. We got it all to cover this week. And I'll be posting those on the private road this weekend. To join the private road, hit subscribe today. I will send to your front door 25 theta fuel loaded on a paper wallet. You don't even have to know how to use cryptos, and I'll get you started. All right? Anyway, that's on the private road. This is Bix Weir. RoadToRuta.com. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thank you for coming out, bro. Thank you so much. All right, now, Bix, I got one request, my friend.
Oh, no. A fast, fun one, I hope.
No.
He's so deep.
Crypto Warrior.
Where you start with Bitcoin, you know nothing. You make your fuzz wallet, then you think you got something. Secure your private keys. If you don't, all your coins will be gone. Now you're a coiner and it's time to learn all. Banking tech, the social net, the cryptos are hard. You gotta get your feet wet, gotta get your mind set for change. The way of the crypto warriors. We're changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors. We can't rely on the bankers, no way. The way of the crypto warriors. After all the crazy politics fade away. If you got something to say, live a crypto warrior way. There's Kenny Bozak, he'll show up in your town. No fiat in his pocket, always dressed like a clown. But he pulls out his phone, always pays for what he owes in crypto. Big old John Kim erases all Charlie's doom. Satoshi Light is feeling right with John and chat rooms. And he takes care of Litecoin, we know it's the right coin for change. The way of the crypto warriors. We're changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, we can't rely on the bankers, no way. The way of the crypto warriors, after all the crazy politics fade away. If you got something to say, live a crypto warrior way. Let me tell you about my friend. His name is Bitcoin Ben, a truck driving man. Everybody loves him, and he's spreading the word. He shares what he heard. Secret plan. Snippy by Joe, can't miss the J Snip show. From Psychic Fest to Treasure Chest, till Joe's on the know. And he teaches us tech, cause he's seen a few wrecks, so go slow. Way of the crypto warriors, we're changing the world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, we can't rely on the bankers, no way. The way of the crypto warriors, after all the crazy politics fade away. If you got something to say, well, live a crypto warrior way. Everybody wants to be a hero, and everybody's got dreams of a better day. But if everybody knew that we could change everything that we do, then everybody live a crypto warrior way. And everybody could live a crypto warrior way. And then you can live a crypto warrior way.
Woo! Love you, Bix. I love that song. I love, not just because I'm in it. It is the energy, the frequency, the positivity, the change the world mentality that song represents is the reason that the people are taking. Jesus, I can't stop crying. I need more beer. The reason we are going to change the world one block at a time.